thought we were silent to start with. We not?
Oh my god. That's like the best thing to start the show on like ever
Oh,
in the history of the
I
universe.
threw the show. I threw it on real quick, so we're streaming in higher quality than usual for the podcast. So
I got to hear it come through there too. By the way, I just heard.
all right. So are we ready to start the podcast then?
Sure, why
Yes.
All right. And hi guys, welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken, and these are my
I'm-
bumps on a log.
What?
What?
It's
What just happened?
Griffin Baca were just sitting there like, I was like trying to get energied up, and you guys were just like,
Oh,
oh.
I'm sorry. It's
sad.
actually because I was trying to rearrange my screens on my desktop.
All right, sorry to ruin the normal intro, but all right. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Baka.
The whole show is gonna be like this, isn't it? It's
Bum.
gonna be just one long trail of what the fuck.
That's the best kind of show.
Yeah.
That's how we roll. Anyway,
Yes.
what's up, everybody? How's it going?
You know, it's going. It's going.
I went once.
It's always going. I went twice.
You guys are weird about stuff. Do you know that? Like, do you understand how weird you all are?
Us?
I prefer the word unique. Different.
Yeah, why does it have to be weird, Griff?
Yeah,
Why-
yeah. What's Griff's
I'm a
normal?
unique snowflake.
A
What-
unique snowflake.
Yeah,
Baka's a special snowflake, everybody.
Oh, yes, he is super special.
Super special.
The fuck have you snowflakes been playing this week then?
I'll give you one guess.
Overwatch, and I've
Overwatch
tried to
and
play
Total
Doom.
War Warhammer.
You
I've not
tried to play Doom? I think Chicken tried to play too, but
Yeah.
then Overwatch and Warhammer.
played- yeah.
They called me. They were like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh, sup? Whoa, why am I playing
had the
you
same
again?"
Problem. I had the same problem.
Yeah. I wanted to say that I didn't, but this whole week, like, I've been rushing to get everything done so that I could get home and play Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Overcrack.
Overcrack. Overwatch is so damn good. Come on, I've played like fucking 20 hours of it, and I'm like, can I get another 20 of those? And another, and another? Can I
Well, I
just
mean, you
keep
own the
playing?
game, so yes, until Blizzard takes down the server, sure.
Thank God. Just one more game. All right.
You can't say we can't do chapters anymore, or one more level, right?
Right.
Just
Like,
one more
6 more
game.
hours.
One
Over
more
game.
game.
Actually, we did
can't
that
leave
to
on that
Red
note.
on Friday. He was like, I gotta go to bed, you guys. We're like, okay, one more game, though. One more game, all right? And then he's like, okay, after this game, oh, it was a loss. Let's have a better game to end on. So we won, and then Ivy's like, oh, but I need like one more for a loot box. So come on, Red, one more game. And he's like, oh, fine.
That's
And then I think it
hilarious.
was 2 more games before he finally was like, I gotta go.
Gosh,
Yep.
it makes me addicted to crack. God.
You can't walk away from it. You just can't. I mean, it's.
No, it's
you
a
know,
good game.
I just
Very
need
good.
one more Waka Waka Raptor Dragons, please.
One of these days, I'm gonna do that whole phrase out on the podcast.
You're gonna learn it. You're gonna listen to it.
Yep.
Like when none of us are looking.
No, I'm gonna put it on in my headphones as I sleep, so that I'm gonna wake up one day and only be able to say that all day. Like,
The problem is you'll end up doing it like on a work day. So you'll be at work one day and doing your job, and the whole time that's running through your head.
yep.
That's running through my head most
Oh
of the
yeah,
time.
I know, right?
Maybe-
Most of the time, I'm just like, I can't wait to get home to play more Overwatch.
It's gonna be like that episode of freaking Dexter's Laboratory where all he can say is like that omelette du fromage
Oh my god, yes.
the entire day. That's
Yep.
just all he can say. Waka Waka Raptor Dragons.
Waka Waka Raptor Dragons.
Chicken, I don't understand what you want to eat. Waka Waka Raptor Dragons.
Hell.
Oh, that's funny.
You act like I ask him his opinion anyway, Baka.
I know, right?
Very good.
Well, I was just assuming. I mean, I thought that was part of the marriage deal, but I'm not married, so I'm not 100% sure on this.
You no longer get a say in anything. Not that he had one to start with, but you know, whatever.
Well, there was a small amount of saying in it in the beginning. You know,
In the
to kinda
beginning.
lead him into that marriage thing. It's like,
Trick
well,
him
if
to
you're
it, that's-
married, you get more say, and then it's like, oh, look, you're married, you're trapped, you don't get it shit.
Amen.
Chicken's like, you don't know how right that is.
Yep. Unfortunately.
See, I learned by watching other people.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
well, we've all been playing Overwatch. Is there anything anybody else wants to throw out at the beginning?
I can't get past this damn level in Doom.
Total
Can I
War
say that?
Warhammer. Warhammer.
Okay, what level in Doom are you stuck on and why?
Okay, so it's right after you get the BFG. You walk in and there's like this huge hallway, and there's a door that opens for you, and the door opens up and there's these two zombies that have like freaking I say zombies, but two creatures that have tanks attached to them, fire tanks attached to them, and I'm like, okay, cool, got the two fire tank guys, no big deal. And the first time I saw it, it was like, all right, I've got him there, and I'll just use the BFG, and it just wiped them all out. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Then two pinkies come around the corner and come running at me. And so I have to, I'm like, the only thing I had at the time was the BFG, so I just used that and annihilated both of them. I was like, great. So then I walk into this giant room, and when you start off in the room, there's not a whole lot in there. Like, it's really easy to kill this stuff, but then you get one of those things that Chicken and I talked about before, which is the generator things, and you pull a little heart out of it. When you do, all hell breaks loose. Well, now I have nothing left in the BFG, and it only continues to get worse in the room. And so, like, every time I go through it, like, I try a different strategy, and I've gotten it down now to where I can rocket launch the pinkies as they come towards me. I can kind of move out of the way and rocket launch them in the butt, and you can do that twice and they'll die. But but the problem is I'm too close, and I end up hurting myself at the same time. So, but yeah, so I have a hard time once I get into that room. And you've got portals and stuff that you can move around, but it seems like they always know where I'm going to end up as soon as I go through one of the portals. So it's kind of like I come out of a portal and I'm getting shot at. So I just got to patience. Got to do patience. And then, but I was like, Overwatch is easier than this. I don't have this much frustration. Let me go back to Overwatch for a second.
Overwatch
Yeah.
is easier.
I had a problem with some pinkies last night. In one of the rooms, it's a hallway. You fight the little guys in there, and then two spawn up, and I killed one, and two more spawned up, and then I killed one more, and then two more spawned up, and I'm like, all right, this is fucking retarded. I think I died. I died 5 times in that room, and then I don't know what the fuck. Like, I had an epiphany. I was like, holy shit, I've got a decoy bomb. So I was like, oh yeah, switch to it, throw it down, they charge the wall, and I shoot them in the back. I did it like, and then it was no problem. I was like, oh, I totally knew about that.
I forgot that I had that.
Yep.
I've used it. I used it before, like when you first get down into hell, and one of the things of it, I used it, and I haven't used it since.
It is
Thank you
so
for saying that,
fucking
because-
helpful. Like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that before?
Because now what I'm going to do is when I get in the big room and everything's going crazy, I'm going to throw that thing down, so
Yeah.
everybody swarms on that, and then I can just like annihilate everybody at one time and be like, yes,
Yes. Oh my god, it's so damn helpful.
yeah, I'm going to try that. Thank you
Nope.
for that advice right there.
No problem. I wish I would have given it to myself much sooner.
I don't know why, but like yesterday I was recording Fallout Let's Plays like all afternoon, and so I walked out at one point to get a drink, and he's playing Doom. I come back in, record another video, go back out to get another drink, and he's playing Warhammer, and I'm like, what? Did you finish Doom? And he's like, no, I'm playing Warhammer. I was like,
Frustration level got too high, didn't it?
No,
I don't
no,
know if
it
it was
just-
frustration or if it was just that Warhammer was calling to him too loudly and he couldn't stop.
The Chaos Warriors
The
need to be
drums
put
of war.
down. God damn it, they're trying to take over. I'm playing the Empire in that game, right? Almost all of the people around me have a military alliance with me. Like, there are, like, the Chaos armies are coming in, and everyone's like hiding behind me. They're like, "Oh God, please help us!" I'm like, "All right, sign up with me." Eventually, I'm gonna be like, "Join my confederation." You. We're the real Empire now. But
But
yeah.
are you playing like the Nomad people?
Not in my single player game. The Empire is just the human civilization, and now everyone's just kind of looking up
Okay.
to me because I'm basically the most powerful army in the game. So everybody wants to get behind this one before the chaos comes in.
Don't you
Uh,
have? Are you running like 30 campaigns? Because you've got one by yourself, one with Red, and one with Baka. Is there any more that I don't know about?
Nope, and ironically, the one by myself is the humans, the Empire. The one with Baka, we have the Chaos and the Undead, and the one with Red, we have the Dwarves and the Orcs. I have a campaign with all the races in them. So, you
Well,
can
it's
see
nice
how they
you're
all
so
work.
accepting.
Wait,
Yes.
wait. Is Red playing the red skin or the green skin? Sorry.
Yes, he is playing the greenskins.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of WA armies out. Yes, they are called the WA armies.
Like,
No, it's a
Why
log.
WAG. Yes.
okay.
It
sure.
basically-
Yeah,
when
it's
your army
basically
gets
when
too
all
much
the orcs
fighty.
get grouped up and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to war.
So you get a free army next to your main army. So you get double armies. It's
Yo.
ridiculous when they start swarming you.
That seems unfair.
Yeah, orcs are really bad about the numbers game.
Yeah, that's why dwarves are good against them, because they're dug in so hard that if you bring as many numbers as you want to the dwarf, you're just gonna like hit against the walls and die. So,
So wait, are you fighting each other? In
no,
that
no, no,
one?
we're
Okay.
co-op.
Okay.
We're co-op in that one.
I
Because
was
that
like,
you
it's like
picked
red.
opposing.
Red like suicide. What is this? That's what I was getting at with that one.
Well,
I
I
was
mean,
trying to figure that
with
out.
Red's army, he would basically just keep throwing numbers at it until it eventually breaks. Because the green skins, like all the goblins and orcs, their way of reproducing is like as they travel around, they naturally release spores that will grow up into more orcs and goblins. And
That sounds gross.
yeah, that's by like in the Warhammer 40k universe, the only way to completely eradicate an orc infestation is to burn everything.
Oh shit.
Everything.
I mean, I approve of that method, but
It's like the chaos
Fire.
could take out the orcs because they basically just burn and raise everything around them. Also, I learned that you can't, when chaos, you can't have two armies next to each other. You can't reinforce yourself. You can only have one horde fighting at a time. Like when my second horde came up, if they're too close together, it'll cause infighting, and you'll start losing troops if your troops are
they
too
fight
close.
amongst themselves.
Yes. Like
Nice.
yes, you gotta like keep them separate. So this horde goes off and just does whatever, and this horde goes off and does whatever, and you just basically use them to take over, and you can only fight with one army at a time.
So that's where the disadvantage is with that system, because chaos was the ones that will, if the others get too close, then you end up convincing those people to be part of your group, right? And that's the way the chaos one worked.
Yes, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So now so that's kind of funny, because it's like, oh hey, humans got too close to us. Guess what? Now we're absorbing your army. And then he goes, oh, guess what? Our own army got too close to us. We hate each other. Kill, dead.
Yep. So you got to make sure you keep them
Chaos
separate.
Army, the chaos in the universe, from my understanding, like, there's multiple gods of chaos that basically control all the different variations of the chaos armies. So
Yep. Well, there's the three-eyed god, is what he calls himself, the leader of the chaos hordes. But,
I want to say one of them is Slanesh, something like that.
well, there's a bunch of different ones that they've named
I
so
didn't.
far.
I never really played with like chaos in the tabletop version of it, so I don't remember all the damn gods.
Oh, that's why you know so much about it already, is because it's based on the. Okay, got it. It's based on the.
Yeah, it's based on. The
Yeah,
table.
it's based on Warhammer.
I knew that. You shut up.
Yeah, Total War definitely made a really fucking good game here.
Griff was just like, I'm really impressed with like all the knowledge he's gotten from this game in such a short time.
Yeah, because he's been playing it for years.
Well, I knew.
Yeah.
No, I knew there was other Warhammer stuff. I was just like, wow, he like really put all this stuff together pretty quickly. And then I was like, oh wait, just
Yep.
kidding. When I remembered that it was part of the tabletop stuff, I was like, oh, there, that explains it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's really good. If you like Total War games, just go ahead and give it a try.
Uncharted 4's
recommend
gotten
it.
better too. I forgot I've been playing that too, because I play that again tonight. But
Did you say it got better?
yeah, it got even better.
Can it
Like,
get
was
better
like-
than perfect?
Yeah. But
Better,
the thing
better.
is, it's like, all right, they got you at about an 8, and then I played the second time through, and it's like, they got me at like really close to a 10 right now, and it's just like, because it's like they turn around and it's like they hit you in the feels. I've been hit twice in this game,
Oh my god, don't tell me about it.
twice,
I know it's coming.
twice in the feels, and I was like, oh my god, okay, so, but I think there's 23 chapters or something like that, is what Vald had said before, because she's beaten the game,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm at 13 or 14. So
Not about half, a little over half.
yeah, well, I mean, I go through maybe 3 chapters, like it's maybe a chapter per hour.
Yeah,
You're going through it, so
that's
or a
not
little
bad
more,
though.
little more than that, I guess. But
Had a total
But-
fangirl moment about Nathan Drake actually this week. One of the cosplayers that I really really enjoy went to, I think it was Arizona Comic Con, and he was cosplaying Nathan Drake, and he does a really good job. All of his cosplays are fantastic and spot on, and so he looks fantastic. And he got a little video with Nolan in which he's asking for directions as Nathan, and it is so cute. Like, The girly feels just a million. Ah. Everybody's talking about where the Alliance player is at in chat right now. Oh my god. And Oak is Horde, so we all have to kill him. Sorry, man. Oak won't be with us next week because he'll be
Yeah.
buried out in the backyard.
We dead. We're,
And it's
we're
funny
gonna-
because like I don't play World of Warcraft at all,
Doesn't matter.
and
Pick
but
the wrong
I just
side.
like the symbol.
Doesn't matter. You picked the wrong side.
I like the
Yes.
symbol.
wrong colors, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's blue and white instead of red and white. Or
Actually,
is it blue and gold?
It's blue and gold.
Yeah.
Well, on our actual symbols that are on the Twitch chat, it is blue and white.
Yeah, I don't think
it's supposed
gold
to be
would work
gold.
very well for that small.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
You're not even on the side red, so you have no room to talk.
Type/Alliance, you'll be fine.
Yeah, type/alliance.
You'll get handed 3 free expansions. I know, right? Like if you buy the game with Legion, you'll get everything up to Legion for free.
It's pretty
I'm a little
legit.
salty about because I've spent a lot of fucking money, but whatever.
I have gotten my money's worth out of that damn game.
Oh.
I've got like fucking 2 years of time worth in there. It's like corresponding to like 4,000 hours of game
Okay,
time.
so you're talking like 2 years total time, not like 2 years I've played for 2 years. No.
Oh, yeah,
I've played for longer than 2 years.
I'm talking about 2 years in game time because some of my characters have like 200 plus days of play on them. So
Wow.
I don't even know what mine are at this point.
a lot.
Lot.
That's where I'm just gonna go
I'll
with
find
that.
out when Legion comes around because I'll put my account back up and then I can type/play it and find out.
Yep.
And I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
Actually, maybe I won't. Maybe it'll just be too embarrassing.
Not for me. I enjoy all my characters, all my time that I've put onto them.
I have 10,722 hours. In
It
this
won't be
game.
that many. It won't be that many.
What, 10,000 hours? Psh, let's see how much is 10,000 hours.
Oh, you're gonna pull out a calculator and do some math, everybody.
And my teachers always said that you won't always have a calculator nearby. What the hell were they thinking?
Right?
You won't always have a calculator. Well, I will if I think I'm gonna have to do math.
10,000 hours is no problem. It's only 400 days.
It's only 400 days. I mean, I guess considering the game's been out for a decade, maybe that's not so
It's
bad.
been out
when
for
you think
12
about it.
years now, so.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, I
it'll be
mean, be
fine.
careful with that if you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll stream it some, I'm sure. You can see. You can see it that way.
You'll see it from my end, my cool end.
Because I have a feeling that if Ivy started playing, she would not stop playing.
It's
Probably
too
not.
it's too dangerous. Like they need to put a fucking warning on it. May cause extreme addiction.
We'd get a group text at like 3 a.m. Hey guys, I really need a group for this raid. Come on, sign on.
I'm still surprised they haven't put on the game will cause divorce.
It's we play together.
Yeah, but you
See?
play. Yeah, but the family that plays together
Stays
stays
together.
together.
That's
Yeah.
fine. All you have to do is be like, here, spouse, here's World of Warcraft and your own gaming PC. Now, let's do this.
That's what I did there. I was like, here's World of Warcraft. Now be my healer.
I already had the game. I was playing before because I started playing on Baka server.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or no, it wasn't with Baka. It was with Bob back in the day when we hung out with Bob and Jay, which is weird because that's legit their names, not.
You
Because
played,
Jay and
you
Silent
played
Bob.
in college.
I did. I played since beta. Well, I played in beta.
Yeah, I was gonna say you played in
vanilla,
beta.
and then I took a big break.
Yeah.
So I
Have to
played
say,
beta
'cause-
and then
'cause-
vanilla, and then came back at right before Wrath
Wrath
of the
of
Lich
Lich
King.
King.
So I came back in Burning Crusade.
Yep,
Which
and
means
I'm playing.
nothing to the people who don't play WoW.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're all
guys,
like,
those
"What
are
the fuck
expansions."
are you talking
What,
about?"
what's all this? What about the pandas? No pandas.
Oh my god, don't talk about the pandas.
No pandas for
You
you.
don't speak of pandas, okay? I swear every time I see one still, I'm like there's just this knee-jerk reaction of kill it, and it's like, but it's Alliance Panda, fuck.
Fucking pandas.
Is there a way that I can faction change real quick? I'll be right back.
So it works out good for me that I put the horde symbol now because I can kill pandas. Is that what you're telling
No,
me?
because
Well,
pandas
pandas
are
are-
on both sides.
Yeah, pandas
shit.
get to choose. Pandas are
Yeah,
the
basically-
faction to choose.
Yeah, whenever you get done with their starting area, they go, okay, now you can choose to be Horde or Alliance. But I'm gonna say neutral.
Some
you
guy
can't.
leveled up to cap level by being neutral.
Yeah, but he had to stay on the fucking turtle island because you
Yep.
can't leave it. So he had to level like super fucking slowly by picking herbs and mining nodes. And it's like, how much fun is that?
Hey, you never know.
Ooh.
Some people might enjoy that. Somebody
Ooh.
did. They got to
Yeah.
level 90.
I mean, it
Like,
took like. a
how
long
would he
fucking time, too.
PvP? Like, I'm thinking if you go into the fucking battleground, I'm thinking like, what would just throw you in the middle of it and be like, Kill
you don't have any
whichever
gear
side
or
that you
anything.
want.
But
Oh,
wait,
yes,
they have
that's
that
true.
they have that thing now where you can pay like the $60 and level your character up automatically or something, right?
Yeah,
Um,
you can do the
Can,
character.
can you do that with the
character
neutral?
boosts.
No,
no,
I think
because
would
it
make
forces you to pick a
choose.
side.
Yeah, it would as soon
Okay.
as you logged in, it would be like, choose your faction,
Yeah,
Okay.
choose your side.
I got you.
because you'll have to leave the island.
Yep. Because you get put into the main city.
Now we're all thinking about World of Warcraft. Way to go, you guys! Who brought that up?
I already said I was putting up my account back
I
in
know,
July.
I don't know. I'd start talking about Uncharted 4. Next thing I know, we're talking about World of Warcraft.
But
I don't even know how
it's
that
the,
transitions.
it's the symbols that were in Twitch.
Oh, that's right, because Red didn't have one.
Yeah, whatever. You guys
then-
want to talk about some news stuff?
We can talk
There's
about
news?
Overwatch stuff.
There's not a whole lot of news stuff, so yes, let's just do that and get it out of the way. It's like whatever. Let's get this garbage done. Just kidding. It's not garbage.
Overwatch is already at 7 million players.
Yeah, it's probably more by now. I imagine it's incrementally going up as it goes. Yes, and the movie comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
So thanks for throwing that out, Ivy. We'll be seeing it sometime.
Yes.
Not the Overwatch movie, the World of Warcraft. Sorry, audio people, that totally threw you off.
Overwatch
probably.
movie is coming out sometime in the future.
No, I wish it would though. That'd be nice. I'd watch it.
So would I.
Anyway, 7 million players. Yep.
That's a lot of
That's-
fucking players. Blizzard's like, oh, you don't want to play one of our games? Well, we got another one for you. Oh, you don't want to play that one? We got another one and another one. What do you want to play? We got it all.
Which one do you want?
It's like,
They're
oh, how
like- they are like cornering every market.
they are. It's like, what you want? We got anything you want to play.
Their company name is Blizzard, so
Yeah, they're just like trying to snow everybody out.
Yep.
I think that it was also the fastest selling console game in the UK as well, by the way.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
I know. Especially since, console. I figured it would be more popular on PC, but over there I guess it's more console driven.
Yeah, and if you go up against PC, you got a lot of competition, like a lot of big titles to go up against.
Chicken saw something that was upsetting to him about PC versus console on
It
the
was-
Overwatch front.
It was GameSpot, the dumbasses, decided to do a PS4 versus PC comparison, a graphical comparison. Oh my god. They tried to make it so that the PS4 looked better. But everybody in all the comments and everybody who saw the video is like, what kind
Why
of
does it
computer
not
do you
look-
have? What the fuck are your settings? Because that shit looks awful. Because they are on
Yeah,
the settings are
PC's
very
got
low.
settings on low, obviously,
Yeah.
or
Do you
something
think-
mid-grade
well,
at least.
But do you think it's one of those where they're taking a processor similar to what the PlayStation has, and then they're trying to compare it to what the PlayStation? Because you think about it from this standpoint, they've optimized the game for the PlayStation when you put it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, and then they've optimized it for PC if you're playing on PC, but they're optimizing it for your good PC gear.
Right. So now you're dumbing it down to what the console has, right?
It's like
And
what's the point of comparing then? You're just basically
yeah.
taking
But because-
PC, PS4
No,
hardware and comparing it.
Because what you're doing is you're doing as close to apples as you can by saying, okay,
But then you shouldn't do that. You should be comparing Xbox and PS4,
Yeah,
not
compares
Xbox,
apples
PS4
to
and
apples.
PC.
No, but what they should have said, if that's the case, and that's what they actually did, they should have said if you were running, because actually it's a very good argument for PC. You're saying if you were running PlayStation, running this on a PlayStation, and you wanted your gear to be the same as the PlayStation, because one of the arguments is you can build a PC for the same price that you're building that, and it would be better, blah blah blah. Well, now they could be trying to use the same exact hardware that the PlayStation has and trying to compare the two and show that the PlayStation at that same hardware level is actually going to be a little bit
I like that
superior.
you're trying to play devil's advocate. However, it's PC and it's wrong. I mean, that's just how it is.
I mean,
If you're gonna compare apples to apples, it should be
it'd be
console
consoles
to
to
console.
console.
because PC is always gonna win. Always. I mean, every time they do any other graphical comparison, the
But
PC
it
looks
didn't.
better because they're showing on high end. Yeah, because they have the graphics set down low. You can play fucking anything on low graphics and be like, look, it looks the same as a console. Yeah, there's a
that's
reason
true.
for that, and that's also why we have graphic settings that'll let us jack that shit up.
Yeah,
See,
well,
I haven't even seen the video you're talking about, but
it's in.
mine
I
looks
think
good
it's
on
in
Xbox
Skype
One.
chat.
So, and
Yeah, I
I've-
mean, and well, that's the thing is it looks good everywhere. It's a good looking game,
Fuck yeah.
but you can't say that it's gonna run better or it's gonna be prettier on a console than it is on PC because you have the power to make it prettier on PC. Just
you do, but that's my whole point is the fact that I think they're trying to say that if you're running the same thing on the PC that you're running on a
Then they
PlayStation.
should have stated that, but the way that they're presenting it is just basically trying to make it seem like it's biased towards the console.
No.
That seems like extremely like circumstantial. Like they want
Well,
to
I
build
don't-
a PS. They want to build a PC as close to the PS4, so
Was
that
it-
they can compare the graphics.
Yeah.
That's just
It's-
kind of stupid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I just can't fathom why they would do that.
That's
I
like
mean,
saying I'm gonna cut off my leg so I can compete with somebody else that has a cut off leg to make
yeah,
it even. Instead of me competing at full strength and going, you know what? If it was different, it would be different. But this
Well,
is how
and
this is.
Well, and I think that that's the deal is like everything else that they've ever done has been full graphic. So it'd be like when they did the Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and Xbox One comparisons when they had the games that were going out on all 4
Mhm.
consoles.
Well, you expected Xbox
right,
360
right.
and PS3 to be strong or weaker.
Well, and then they would also add the PC version in it as well, and the PC version looked better.
Mhm.
So it was kind of like, okay, well, that's obvious. So I'm not really sure why they did it this way because it's a little dumb unless Sony's just paying them off, which is a complete possibility nowadays. You
Yep.
never know what can happen. But it's a little strange. Or maybe it is one of those things. There's a guy in the office going, mine doesn't look any better. Like, mine doesn't look good at all. And everybody's like,
Why?
dude, your system sucks. And he's like, no, I'm going to do a whole thing of comparison. Now everybody in the comments saying, dude, your system sucks.
yeah,
You know? It's like,
pretty much.
we told you.
Uh,
I don't know.
But yeah, that was. I mean, that was most of the fucking comments. Is that people were so like, "What the fuck are you trying to do here?" Because this doesn't even make any sense. Why you would try to. No pants. Sony doesn't even have the money to pay people off. Oh my god.
Maybe they're trying to put forth the extra cash so that they can pay people off so they can sell more stuff and make more money. But PlayStation 4 has done really well, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's-
sure.
PlayStation is not where Sony is suffering.
In another
Money
Overwatch.
management.
In other Overwatch news, they have announced that they are going to balance the game separately. Console is going to
Thank
get
God.
different patches than what PC is going to get,
That's
The
good.
console has the added bonus of having aim assist already on, like
Which
you
is
can't
why
turn
they
off
have
aim
to-
assist.
which is why they've got to balance it separately because some heroes over there are way out of hand. Like
Like
Tracer,
Tracer?
I mean Tracer just like zooms in next to you and just like got a little fucking lands all 40 shots on you and you're like, "Oh fuck."
Because aim assist auto targets for you, whereas PC doesn't have aim assist because, well, you know, it's PC and we're just
Yeah.
we don't need that.
Also, they need to fucking fix the
We don't need
hitboxes.
tricycle wheels.
They're gonna watch.
But do you think part of that's because of the using the controller versus using the mouse and the keyboard thing?
Absolutely.
I still
Absolutely.
I still use a controller with the PC version anyway.
That's
I
fine.
mean,
You'll
It just
be-
means that I have to
Work
try
harder. Yep.
but it's fine. I'd rather not have something hold my hand, I guess. I'd rather feel like I'm doing it myself. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
sometimes
there's
you
not an
got-
option to turn it off on Xbox like it is or consoles.
Yeah, but even if
PS4
you
is the
did
same
have
way.
the option, you
then you
wouldn't
get
want
gimped
to. Yeah,
because
exactly.
everybody else has it on. I know it sucks.
But
It sucks.
The,
that's
but
kind of
the
what
other
it
option
is.
could have been. But here's the thing: I guess my deal is if I'm playing on console and everybody else I'm playing on is on the same system I am, why does aim assist matter? at that
Because it
particular-
means that it's still not as skill dependent as it is otherwise. Like he
No.
said, Tracer's going to zoom
No.
up and pop you with all 40, whereas on PC you got to zoom up and try
No,
to pop you. With
I mean,
all
if I'm Blizzard, why the fuck does it matter? Why would you put aim assist on that versus
because
versus doing-
console players need it.
Because sometimes
I mean, it's just in
sensitivity.
every
and-
other game, and so that's what console players are used to.
Well, we've had this discussion many times. The controller does not have the accuracy a mouse does. Like,
Right.
and I've played a lot of Halo, and I can tell you for a 100% fact that when you're trying to aim with the joystick, it can get a little finicky every so often. So they wanted to help mitigate that to make it so that if you get closer, you lock onto somebody, it's gonna help you keep track of that person because sometimes they move differently and then you're trying to aim at the same time. It's kind of hard to keep up, so they wanted to give you something to kind of help make it a more fair game that help you keep up with the way people
But
move.
some champions it is not fair at all on. Tracer,
like-
Pharah probably, those rockets. Like
Ooh.
homing rockets? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Pharah.
But yeah, I mean that's just kind of what they wanted to do out
Don't
of
need
it.
no homing rockets. I do well enough on the. Oh,
But I
no.
am glad that they're going to balance it separately because it means that the champions are going to play differently either way. And they're
yes.
already looking to rebalance McCree and Diva, I believe, are the two that are being looked at right now.
Yes.
People are
Uh-oh.
upset that McCree's damaged, like his flashbang and fan Fan the Hammer, is that what it's called?
Fan the Hammer.
I don't play him enough, sorry. Yeah, it's too strong, and so they're gonna look at that, and then Diva's. They think that
They
Diva's
just-
too weak, and was that what? it was?
Yes, her damage is way too low. But what they
It's a
what I,
tank. She shouldn't be super strong.
no, but you should also be able to do damage. Like you're shooting Roadhog and he's like ha ha ha, and his health just
Yeah,
like
I mean,
doesn't even fucking
Done.
move.
Diva is still
Done.
tanky, but I mean, if the group is focusing on her, her mech goes down really quickly, and then after that, you're pretty much just kind of useless. So
Yeah,
I mean,
learning.
either
She
give
is
her
no
more health
match.
or armor, or let her have a little bit more damage.
She is
That's
no
kind of
match
two options.
for 2 Bastions. Ask me and No Pants, because we had the other team that was playing against us, and they had those, and they were killing us.
All you do
know?
is press E. You do the shake and bake then. Yeah,
shake
It's trying to
the
make her
shake
catch
and
on
bake.
mud.
I will make it catch on. The
What?
shake and bake. All right, you have a Diva and a Reinhardt. Okay, Diva
Mm-hmm.
comes around the corner and Bastion's fucking unloading. You press your E and it stops all bullets, and Reinhardt flies from behind her right into Bastion. Bastion's like, "What the fuck just happened,
Bastion's one shot. 'cause
bitch?
Reinhardt
You
is
just
planted
got
it.
shake and baked."
Well, but here's the thing: is no, it was me and him running as Bastion, and they couldn't. They had the 2 Divas, and they were running against, but they couldn't. Like, what would happen is if one of us died, the other one was sitting right behind me, or behind the other. So it was like we were sitting on top of.
Oh, that would
one of
be
the
a
ones-
double kill insta gib.
and we had they couldn't make it around the corner because what they almost won the entire match. They had it inside the middle of the circle, and I
Right.
ended up being able to kill the last guy that was standing on top of it. And then I got on with Bastion, and they were coming around the corner, and everybody was loading them up. So I got it to where it was one further away from the circle, and then he jumps on behind me, and he and I are just sitting there killing them as they come through. And it
Fucking
was nuts. And somebody was Mercy, so she could end up like resurrecting us real quick if we ended up dying. So it was nuts.
Fucking
But-
Bastions.
Yeah. Hey,
But
hey.
I mean, if the other team knew about the chicken's little shake and bake, you guys would have been done for.
The first one
That would have
would've
been 2
done
double
for it.
kills, and since it was right there, they would have just stood there and won.
The shake and bake, man. The shake
No,
and bake.
no, well, you couldn't have done that because of the fact that we were higher than the actual thing would have been.
Oh, if you're
Oh,
not,
then that's fine. Just do what Red said.
Because
get
we're on top of
Genji.
the payload.
yeah, you could do Genjis. Run
Genji
five.
runs in.
run
did
six
like-
Genjis.
You know what? They
Nice.
didn't. I won, and I'm glad that y'all are wanting us to lose. But shut up. Come on.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's all about counterplay. Everything about that game, and that's why it's so fun for me, is because it's so much about counterplay. It's having to figure out, like, it's more than just, let me go in and shoot my gun.
Strategy.
I know.
Strategy.
It's rock
great.
paper
G3,
scissors.
what is this magic?
I know, right?
Right?
Griff actually likes a strategy game.
I love strategy. I like more than just mindless, let me pull the trigger. And that's part of why I don't like Bastion, is because that's pretty much what he is. Let me shoot, let me pull the trigger. But
Well, to be fair, I played them differently. Like I would switch out of his turret form and kind of move around, sit down, unload, get up, move, and chase people down with his little arm gun.
this little arm gun.
Yeah,
It is an arm gun.
I've to me that kind of that like sitting still that shit I just can't do it. Like I wish I
only
could just
do it
like
if they're
roll
stupid
around.
enough to keep running in at it.
Even
And it's
then,
like,
Even then, you should still move so that when they start fucking finding where you're sitting at, you're already somewhere else. They're like, "Where did he go?" And then they die
You're
because you're
being
somewhere
targeted.
else. Oh.
Anyway, is there something else in the news that you want to talk about instead of us being on Overwatch all day, because we will be
Yes,
all day.
Overwatch forever. I think that's all that I wanted to talk about Overwatch.
Obviously.
For now.
not really, but maybe we should talk about other things besides Overwatch.
APB Reloaded is on Xbox One, and it's got a shit ton of microtransactions, which was
Because
part
it's
of the.
pay to win.
Yep.
That game is pay to win garbage.
So they didn't change the game any by moving it over to a console. So
No.
that's-
They
That's-
went here. We can get more people to buy stupid shit and be like, "Look, I spent $100 on this game. I'm a badass for a month, and the next month I won't have the money to do so."
Oh. See, I kind of hate to bring it back to Overwatch for a second, but Blizzard
you don't.
really figured out how to do microtransactions. Like, APB did pay-to-win microtransactions, and it really turned a lot of people off the game. Like, if you don't have a lot of money, then just don't play that game, because you cannot keep up. You can't earn the weapons fast enough. Yes, you can earn them, but earning them fast enough is not going to happen for you. Blizzard's like, we're going to do microtransactions, but it's just pretty shit. It's not anything that's going to change your gameplay at all.
well, and
The
here's one of the
issue that happened with it though was this: is like when they originally launched it, you could actually spend real money, and buy like certain weapons and things like that, and then they would be unlocked for like a month, but they were like super cheap. Or you could earn in-game money and purchase them, and it's the same thing. They'd be unlocked for like a month. And even then, all the weapons and stuff were not like ridiculously overpowered to the point to where it's like, okay, well, they have a bot weapon, and now you're just completely screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game was really good when it first came out. I mean, it was super fucking unique. We drove around and we were police. It was awesome.
Red made the A-Team van.
Yep, I mean, it was
Yep.
really good. Being able to
I
run
remember
around.
hanging out the window with a sniper rifle while he was driving around, popping people.
Tasing them, fucking arresting them, watching like their buddies try to come and fucking release them, tasing them, arrest them too. Like you kick them in the back of the leg, you put handcuffs on them, and just like stand over them as they despawn. It's like, what you got, bitch? That's right. They get so mad. Oh, that game was really fun, but it turned to pay to win, and now it's not fun at all.
No. Good to know they didn't change anything when they moved it to console, I guess.
Nope.
It had aim assist.
Okay.
Well, I mean, when it first started, there was a lot of people using freaking aim bots, and
Yeah,
like
no
the one
shit.
dude, it's like, oh look, I have an assault rifle, but I'm sniping you from 4 blocks down the road.
What the
Assault
fuck
rifles
is
don't
that?
work like that.
They do if
Fucking
you
I
have a
know,
big enough
Super
scope on
Halo.
them. Gotta have a big scope.
Oh my god.
The Division is being made into a movie with
It
Jake
should have been a movie
Gyllenhaal.
instead of a game.
I think it'll do pretty well as a movie. I really do. The story's, pretty movie friendly, moving over to a movie.
I think so too. And Jake Gyllenhaal, it might be actually pretty successful and
Yeah.
decent. Because
Totally.
even like what was the other one? The Sands of Time one that he did that was based on
Prince
a
of
video
Persia
game.
movie?
Prince of
Prince of
Persia.
Persia, which was not a good movie, but it wasn't a horrible movie. It's watchable. So, and it's probably watchable because he's in it. To be honest, it's like you watch it, it's like okay, yeah, because he's like the only really decent actor in the whole damn thing. So it's like okay, well, so maybe because that's more. I mean, I know there's some team-based stuff that they'll probably put in there, but I always feel like you're gonna have that main character that you follow with something like that, where the
Right.
Division.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it'll do pretty well. I
I'm
hope
pretty
so.
sure it will.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see if Ubisoft can hold out long enough to still be, maintaining their property, I guess, because Vivendi's already taken over their sister studio, Gameloft, and Ubi's next on the chopping block for them, I guess. So I guess we'll have to see. Would I date PewDiePie? No.
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 She wouldn't.
Felix is probably a really nice dude and all, but not my thing. Sorry.
Sims 4 has new gender customizational options. Looks like they are.
Can I be mayonnaise?
What?
No, you can be a guacamole Loch Ness monster.
Oh.
I don't even know what just happened.
don't either.
Baka got it.
Anyway, basically what they're doing is they're making it to where you can put whatever you want on any of the players, so you can be transgender or whatever you want to do. I think this is something that needed to be in the game before. I'm interested to figure out why it took them this long to put it in Sims 4. I guess maybe it was kind of
Because they're gonna make you pay for it.
that's probably a good thing.
I mean-
Probably what it was like. You had the old one, Sims 3, and it's like, oh, you got pets. Ooh, you got pools. Ooh, you get transgender in Sims 4, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's crazy, but you're probably right.
They'll make
You
you
have
pay
to
for it.
unlock that, right? You have to pay just to unlock that ability. Oh, you want to be able to do that? Oh, you got to pay for that. I don't know.
Yep.
Microtransactions. Why? Why?
Everything's microtransactions. What are you talking about? The
Or just
is
expansions. Big old
Pretty soon it's like,
expansion.
oh, that breath of air that you just took, yep, microtransaction.
You have to
Your
like
character-
pay for all of
your-
your breathing in
You're
advance.
not
Oh,
enough
God.
oxygen left in your world. You need to pay for more. Oh, craziness.
Come now and buy canned air, but I use that to clean my computer. No, different air. This is the one you breathe.
Brett said that he's upset about how little men's things there are in Sims, but there's so many lady stuffs. It's like that's how it's always been, dude.
Dude, that's real life. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty accurate.
Most
It's-
dudes are like, fuck it, I got pants and a t-shirt, let's go.
That's
Yeah.
real life. Why do you think Prince dressed the way he did? It was easier to find clothes. I mean, let's be honest. And the fucker was still the coolest guy in the room, right? With everything he damn wore. I'll admit.
Oh, wow. Anyway,
Resident Evil 5 for PS4 and Xbox One has a release date, which looks like it's July 12th. Excited? Not excited? I know y'all are Resident Evil fans.
I'm waiting for Resident Evil 7. I want to see what the fuck they do.
yeah, I think we'll be hearing about it at E3, which is next week. Is it already
Yes.
E3 time?
Next week is E3.
Pulse.
Yeah, like I'm sitting here just doing this evil thing, just waiting for him to be like, all right, this is what Resident Evil 7 is. It's like, all right, show me more. Show me more. All right, that's okay. No, I don't like that. Maybe. Maybe.
Sit on the sidelines and judge.
Oh,
probably-
yeah. It's going to get judged so harshly because if they
I'm
want to
gonna be, like,
recreate the
looking-
fucking thing.
I'm gonna be looking for like it's like okay, they're probably gonna make that into a quick time event and that one and that one.
They have to go. They said they're going back to their roots, which is what they needed to do. I mean,
We'll see,
because
though.
5, it was like 4 is perfect, 5 is okay, 6, get the fuck out. Like go back, go back, turn around, turn this car around and go back.
Look out.
Damn it, Capcom! Don't make me turn this car around.
Yeah, they need to go back to what worked in 4.
It looked really great, but that was about it. They picked some really nice voice actors. Technically everything about 6 was amazing except for the story and the actual gameplay.
Yes. Oh, so you know the
So, if we could keep everything else and scrap that junk. Fine.
and spoiler, they killed Wesker. So I'm pretty.
Maybe they'll
pretty
reboot the series and bring him back. 7's gonna be a complete reboot.
Hell no! You can't reboot the
Maybe
series.
we'll have like a Wesker clone, and it's like he starts out as a child. And
We already had one. It's fucking Jake from Resident Evil 6. Jake
Yeah, but
from
no,
State
that's
Farm.
actually- He calls himself Wesker, but he starts out as a kid and he haunts you through the game. And as you keep finding him and running across him, he keeps getting older and older and older.
Or he's not really dead because he didn't die at the end of 5.
He was in
But I
lava.
said, it doesn't matter. Did you see what that motherfucker was by then? 5's dead. He's not dead.
Well, if we want to, can we talk Revelations secrets here? Spoilers?
I guess so. Everybody, there's gonna be spoilers for Revelations. If you don't want to hear them, turn away for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, here we go. In Resident Evil Revelations, the one that we were playing, the main lady is Wesker's twin sister.
The shockers.
Who
We never-
learns who learns how to become immortal and transfer her consciousness into fucking different bodies so that she can eventually take them over and become them. She could just keep doing it to keep herself alive forever. So maybe fucking Wesker transferred himself into Chris and now Chris becomes Wesker. Oh my god, plot twist. Nobody was impressed.
No.
I can't believe you just
I don't
spoiled that
think they
for me.
do
I
that
turned
on
around and
purpose.
everything. It's all right. Now I have like this fat roll thing that's right here on the back of my head that's a little disturbing that I didn't realize I had once I saw myself turn around. Not really excited about that.
Self-conscious, got it.
Yeah, that's just great.
Who's
Great.
gonna bring back Wesker? That would be nice. I mean, you got rid of one of the greatest villains in fucking
Ever.
ever, ever,
Whatever.
ever.
My vote is still the Shredder.
For best villain?
Yep.
Yeah, it's because you're cracked out on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like all the time.
You shut up.
Yeah, no shit. If he could snort turtle shells, he probably would.
That's disgusting. Why would he do that? He'd have
I don't know. I don't hear him say no or anything like that. He's just like, maybe. If I had the option, I might try it.
Shut up. I'm trying to figure out how that works.
the logistics. Oh, let's plan this out. Let's not. Let's not.
No, let's not plan that out. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I mean, I guess the news was kind of less than stellar, but I didn't expect anything more than that because we are so close to E3. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to say anything. Watch Dogs
Watch
2
Dogs
got leaked.
2 got leaked. Yeah, I was gonna say Watch Dogs 2. Got that coming out. But if the picture that was floating around for a while is the picture of the main hero or main character,
Who looks like a hipster.
yeah,
I really hope that's not him. I hope that was like some really great foil from Ubisoft, and they're like, yeah, just kidding, guys. Here's your real one, or whatever. And then probably
funny.
not. Probably not.
Oh, we're getting a hipster watchdog.
I know. Well, I mean, honestly, if you weren't turned off by the end of the first Watch Dogs, maybe the character for the second Watch Dogs will completely do it for you.
Yep, maybe. I don't know.
Like, yeah, I'm done here. This is no, thank you, Ubi, please.
Ubi.
Aw, Ubi. Ubi?
Ubi.
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 Spend
Shut
the,
up.
spend the next 15 minutes saying Ubi.
Yeah, that's what our end of the show is gonna be. Is 15 minutes of us just saying Ubisoft differently,
Mm-hmm.
or Ubisoft, depending on whatever.
Ubisoft.
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 No, Ubisoft. It is turning into that. God, stop us.
Oh, well, there wasn't anything in the news. It's
That's
so
fine.
close to
Nothing else in the
E3.
news. Callum, one of our longtime listeners and fans and everything, Callum, has asked us to do a project for him, which we will actually do after the show because of the time constraints. But I thought that it would be something interesting to talk about. He is working on a project for college, university, because he's in the UK, I guess. Basically, he has to ask us if we think that games are art, and if so, why or why not, I guess. But the parameters for his project are really small, like yes or no question, you answer yes or no, and then you have 30 seconds to explain. That's not long enough for me. So what do you guys think? I figured we'll chat about it now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't
And
think
we're
that-
done.
like-
Do we have
okay,
any
just-
explanation on this one? Just
Yeah.
yes.
Well, okay, just like with movies, they sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, as far as I'm concerned, I guess, technically.
Yes.
Because there are movies out there that are just really good and could be considered a form of art. And then you get Michael Bay films that are
that are not art
I
at
that's
think
all.
here,
We'll say
explosions,
that.
pretty lights, entertainments, there you go. And it's like, I'm not moved by this. This is, no, go away. Video games are kind of the same way. Some of them are, they have really nice stories. Last of Us is a prime example of that. That could be considered art.
Yes. I mean, I think a
Other
lot of
games
games
are just
could.
kinda-
Art
yeah,
just
well, I
makes you feel something.
Well, and then there's some games out there that are just like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
something like Hatred, not art.
Call of Duty, not art.
art.
There,
Not
it-
anymore. It used to be like you could really get into like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The first Modern Warfare's campaign had some really serious, striking moments to it.
yes.
But now it's
It's
it
just
wants to be like it tries really hard in some cases to make you feel something. Like Advanced Warfare, I'm gonna use that example because I played it recently. Has the moment where you lose your friend and you have to go to the cemetery and then they fuck it up by making you push a button to fucking mourn for your friend. That's stupid. Don't do that.
Oh my god.
But I mean, they tried to make you feel something, and then they tried to give you this big plot twist, and it could have worked, but they didn't put enough effort into it. So I wouldn't say that it counts in that facet. It could have, but it's almost like taking, a third grader's painting that they kind of slapped some paint on the paper and put it on your fridge instead of like hanging it in a gallery. That's what that kind of art is, I guess.
Well, but I also feel that art is personal. I think that and it's the same thing. Like I might look at a Picasso piece and absolutely love it, where my wife would look at it and go, "What the hell is this gibberish?" Right? So it's a personal thing. It's like you look at art as it's how it makes you feel. It's the same thing with music. Music is a form of art.
Mhm.
So it's I could listen to some type of metal music and absolutely love it, and again, somebody else could listen to it and go, "Oh my God, what is this noise?" Right? So, and I do that with sometimes modern music, right? There's people that love it, and I'm sitting there going, "What is this crap?" Right? Oh man, just listening to the music, but I listen to it, and it's just, I think that's the thing with video games is with video games. I think you have pieces that are like the Unfinished Swan and things like that that are just and Home. Home was fantastic. I think it says something. It's moving. It moves you along. Like Baka said, The Last of Us is something that is I could pick the game up and the same reaction 20 minutes in is going to happen every time.
Yes.
It never happens. 20 minutes in, I know I'm going to cry. It's just going to happen. But it's because of that movement and makes you feel. And I think that it's something that's recently happened. I think that some games, older games, actually had art part to them, but I think that they're more common now when it comes to certain things that like people are trying to do
because
it.
we've realized we can do more with the medium than here's a gun, go shoot that guy.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
some people have Activision.
Yes, some people have figured it out. Some people have not. And
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, you need those frivolous throwaway, here's a gun, go blow some shit up moments to balance out the heavy shit like The Last of Us, where you're like, oh, these moral choices in this heavy, heavy story that just got dropped on me. I need to just go and like blow some people up without thinking about them while they run around in circles and get stuck because their AI is garbage,
Well,
like
even Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the surroundings. Like if there were no bad guys in the entire game,
oh, I just wander around on
and you
elephants all
just
day.
walk through, it's like a big nature hunt, right? You
Mhm.
just go through and see what you can do and run from the honey badgers. But
Yeah, fuck
the
those things.
but it's you can't look at it and not think, oh my god, the artistic skill that went into this
Right.
in creating characters. I think that the thing about versus a movie, the thing that is really impresses me about a game is the fact that if a movie, you've got a guy that wrote a script, you got a guy that's set up that's decided to produce the movie in the first place. You've got another person that's visual directing has decided this is the way we want to go with something, and then you have the actors that are playing their parts according to the way the script is written and doing the best job they possibly can. That's how that art is created. What I think makes video gaming different is the fact that with video gaming, you have somebody that's written a script, and then you have an entire team of people that have to create each one of the characters and make them
Right.
believable and the surroundings and everything else along from scratch. And then the voice actor then has to make you like the character that somebody has created, right? And I think that's what's amazing to me, and I think that's the reason you have somebody like Nolan North and Troy Baker and Laura Bailey and people like that.
Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer, yes, one of our faves, and Matt Mercer, that they've created these characters that they're somebody totally different. You know,
Yes.
they're not going to look necessarily anything like what they really look like in real life, and they have to make it believable.
Well, I mean, and
you
even
feel that person.
characters that you make and you have to be, you can put
Mhm.
your hands on. Like Fallout 4 is one of my favorite examples of this. I was thinking about it as I was playing it yesterday, actually. But with that game, you have the main storyline that is really artfully done. The whole world is gorgeous. I mean, we're in a post-apocalyptic world, but we finally figured out that maybe we can put some color back into it. And it doesn't have to be just destroyed brown, which is really nice. But you've got all of these choices to make, and it's every bit of it is cinematic enough to have been a movie. If somebody picked one path in that game and went with it and made a movie, I'd watch the hell out of it. I mean, I'd want it to be my path, but fuck you guys. But I mean, seriously,
Who
there's
knows,
so much
Mattis?
to do, and it's just because you get choices in it doesn't make it any less art. I mean, I love that storyline, and I love all of the auxiliary storylines that go with it, except for the Brotherhood. Fuck you guys. But it's great. I mean, games are art. And they are now more than ever because we can do things like what Oak was talking about, where it
Mhm.
can be deeper and it can be all of this extra stuff. And it's great. 30 seconds was not long enough to explain that. Sorry, Callum.
Nope.
Well, and that's like even with Shovel Knight that came out last year, I think it was.
Mhm.
What I think like I'd even call that art, and it's just this little, 8-bit, 16-bit style game, but the way it was done to emulate what we grew up playing with the old Nintendos and stuff like that, and that style of game. But they did it in such a way that it's beautifully done. Like
Yes.
you go through, you play the game, you're enjoying it, you're doing what you're supposed to be, but you're just like, wow, I'm very amazed on how much I'm getting involved into this little world. and in some of the newer games that have come out that have gotten acclaimed that are little 8-bit top down type stuff or platforming style games that people are getting into, what attracts us to that game? I mean, something as simple as Super Mario Brothers, which is a lot of us, that's the first game we ever really got to play all the way through.
Right.
So something as simple as a Super Mario Brothers with that side scrolling and everything else that goes along with it is now become art.
Yes.
What did they do? They came Mario Maker, right?
Right.
Why? Because people want to be part of that world. They want to create something that that people are going to enjoy and do and everything else. And I think even somebody recently proposed to their significant other.
In Mario Maker?
Mario Maker, they sure did. They were playing the thing, and he created a whole thing.
Well,
with
to be
Marry
fair,
Me.
that was Chicken's proposal to me. It was Halo 3.
Mhm.
I mean, it was super cute. Do we still have that level? I hope we do. I would
don't
share
think
it.
So.
Oh no. It was somewhere. He proposed to me on the beach of Zanzibar.
Yes.
Or what's it called in 3? I don't think it's Zanzibar anymore, is it?
I think it's Zanzibar.
I think it's
not.
Was it Zanzibar in 3 and something else in 2? It's a map that came
Maybe.
over from 2 into 3, but it was on the beach, and I know exactly where it's at, and it was super cute, and Baka and Red were there. And then I shot a fusion coil and blew Chicken up. Sorry.
Yep.
Will you marry me? Boom!
Explosions,
yes.
yes.
That's Halo talk for sure will.
Uh, Ivy said Unravel, that new game Unravel.
Last Resort.
Last Resort, yes. Okay, so it was Zanzibar in 2 and Last Resort in 3. Sorry, yes. Unravel is also sorry. My bad.
Unravel
Yes.
is a very very beautiful game the way it's done. Even the Little Big Planet games, like
Bioshock.
the BioShock, gorgeous
mean,
game.
The first Bioshock game made you fall in love with a motherfucking city. I mean, it wasn't even a character, but it was. Rapture was a character, and you fucking loved it. And if you didn't, then you're wrong. Get out and don't talk to me anymore. We're not friends.
Get happy or get dead.
So if you ever want to get rid of Griff, just say Bioshock sucks.
Yeah, and I'll have to murder you. So you got rid of everybody that you've ever known all at once. Way to go.
Way to be. Way to
Yeah,
be.
I know, right? I mean, but even let's carry it over further. Since we're talking about Griftopia and everything, and my super cool Hyperion shirt, Borderlands.
My cooler shirt.
I mean, it's not your stereotypical, this is super pretty, oh my god, look at my, 1080p 60 FPS game. It's, here's something that looks kind of like a comic book, but it's still art. It's fucking amazing. Even though it's not super photorealistic and all that junk. Still art. Lovely.
It doesn't. Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be. But I mean, even still, like, there's just, I don't know. To me, it just feels like, just like with movies, there's just some movies that are out there that are just to be made, just to get out there to try to make some money.
Mm.
Same thing with some video games. They're just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, we did really well. Let's just throw this out here. There we go. Keep
There's
giving us
another
a-
one. Have another one. Have
Have
another
another
one.
one.
Have
Oh.
another one.
I feel weird, like we're talking about this, but I actually got a little miffed. I think it was last week I saw an article, and I think it might have been from Engadget, but I'm not sure. It was an opinion piece on Battleborn, and the title of the article was Battleborn Taking Video Games into High Art. And they were
Oh.
talking about the intro cinematic to Battleborn, which I watched, and unfortunately was not as impressed as, like, they've done better stuff with Borderlands, in my opinion, than they did with that. But the whole article was praising how innovative they were for turning it into high art. It basically looked like a comic book, but it wasn't the cel-shaded kind of look that we get from Borderlands. It was like a different kind of comic book style. And it was, like, honestly, the intro cinematic didn't do anything for me. And I understand that people would like it and everything. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, and I'm not saying that it was bad. I'm just saying I feel like that was a bit pretentious because you dismiss everything that everybody else has ever done by saying that specific intro for that game is what makes video games high art. And it's like, no, I've seen lots and lots of better things than that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you've seen Blizzard's cinematics. Like,
Yeah,
that shit
Blizzard's
is...
been doing it since vanilla WoW.
Yeah, I mean, that first cinematic, like, their first cinematic made me fucking buy a $2,000 computer and buy their fucking game.
That cinematic is why
It was
I
like-
wanted to play Night Elves instead of, because I had played a little bit of the game before I saw any of the cinematic stuff, so I had already rolled a torrent in beta. And when I saw the cinematic, they had that scene where the Night Elf
She's holding the water and jumps into the...
yeah, and then turns into the big cat and everything, and I
Oh,
was like,
man.
fuck this, I'm going Alliance if I get to be that. Like,
That's why I played a dwarf, is because it's snowy terrain and he walks out with his gun and the bear walks up next to him and then they're
if you've
fighting
never
the
seen
Tauren.
the opening cinematic for World of Warcraft, even if you don't play the game, seriously, just go watch it, because Blizzard set a real benchmark at that point, and that was for the first part of the game when the game first launched, and it's been 12 years since then.
And
so
it
holy
still
shit.
holds up. Like, thinking about it and thinking about that moment that I watched it for the first time gives
I
me
know.
goosebumps.
I
It's
know.
Well,
like,
that's
wow.
what got me. You started. Griff and I started on the 5 hour long lore thing of that we were trying to watch through like Warcraft 1 through 3 and all that stuff to try to get this back lore that was on it. But that's what started it, because she was like, "Oh, you got to see this," because this was the person who got on there. So she was showing me some of the stuff, and I was like, "Well, can we just not watch everything from these games?" And
Like all the cinematics.
Yeah, and so we went back through and we were able to find where someone did it. It was like 5 hours long. It was
Mhm.
ridiculous, but I enjoyed watching it because it was like
Well, and they are
showed the
not.
gameplay and stuff, and that stuff was long. But
They have not let up in their amazingness. Like, the launch trailer for Legion is fantastic, and
Oh.
every time I see it, I almost cry because I know what's gonna happen, and things like that. And even the stuff that they're doing with Overwatch. I mean, the one with Genji and Hanzo, the cinematic for their stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you want to see art in games, just look at Blizzard for a minute.
Mhm.
All of their cinematics are beautiful. They
yeah.
tell a full story in like 3 minutes, and you're like, I need more.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they do, is they give you as much as you want. And then you realize 12 years later that you're still
But I
fucking
mean,
playing
other
it.
other companies do really well with their cinematic stuff as well. I mean, Oak's playing Uncharted, and Uncharted
Mhm.
has a really great story to tell, and they do really good when they stop the action and kind of tell you the story with the cinematics too. It doesn't. There's not ever a cinematic that I've seen in that game series as far as I've played in, and I'm sure it doesn't change at any point. But there is never a time that I've been like, damn it, can you just give me control again so I can shoot things? Like I'm always like, oh, it's time for stories with Nathan. Yes.
Yes, I love it. Well, and that's the thing is like with Uncharted, Uncharted did so well at doing that that they decided that they were going to redo Tomb Raider the way it was set up originally. And Tomb Raider is set up very similar to Uncharted series. So, and it's okay, well, let's look at this style of art. Is our character similar to that? Yes. Let's do that with our stuff. And we've got a strong female lead that people know and they've known in the gaming industry for a long time. Let's create something different, but at the same time, let's appeal to a crowd because this is working for them.
Yes.
And so they've done a really, really good job of that with her as well, as the fact that it's like every single moment, there's nonstop action half the time in both of those series. And the other part of the time you're getting a story base that you just like I got to find out how this happens next. It goes back to Chicken earlier, just one more. I got
Just one more.
just one more, and that's really how I felt with playing both of those style of games. I think it's really interesting that, they appeal to us in a certain way. But my thing is, if it wasn't art, we wouldn't be playing it.
Right? And I mean, you really nail it when you like opened the conversation with if I looked at this Picasso piece and whatnot. It's all sorts of different art, and it's what appeals to you.
Mhm.
And just because one doesn't, I mean, you've got like this whole range of stuff. You've got all the big heavy stuff that's like fine art, and then you've got the pop art that's things like Saints Row and all that junk where it's kind of frivolous, but at the same time, it still does make you. It connects with you somehow. Like
Mhm.
there's something in you that it speaks to, which is why you play the game.
Well, it's the same thing with movies, right? If I feel like watching an action adventure movie, I go watch an action adventure movie. If I feel like watching a romantic comedy, I'm going to watch a romantic comedy. If I don't feel good, I'm going to watch Princess Bride. I mean, it's like, and it's just kind of it's whatever appeals to you at the time. That's what you're going to play. It's like for years you weren't a big RPG person, but recently,
Dragon Age
yeah, you've
and
moved,
Fallout.
and you've moved into that RPG thing. But it was okay. Well, maybe at a younger gamer age. I didn't that
I
style
wasn't ready for that yet.
yeah, it didn't appeal to me. But as
Yes.
I've gotten older through the gaming, then that starts to
Well, and I
appeal
mean,
to me.
it's true. It's all about building an appreciation for it as well. Like I started out with FPS, and I really hated the parts in the game where we stopped the action so that we could tell a story. I'm like, come on, I just need to shoot things. But that's why I couldn't do RPGs early on because that's the mentality, and I had to grow to appreciate what I was getting in those few minutes of stop the action, listen to the story, to really appreciate. Okay, this is all story and some action.
Mhm.
And yes, Cullen Ivy, yes, that helps.
No, her and her Cullen.
Cullen's art, that's for sure.
Cullen. There you go. Fall in love with
Handsome
characters.
Jack.
See how that works?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
Hancock.
Oh man, I picked up Deacon yesterday when I was doing Fallout stuff, and I was like, you know what? I totally forgot how much I love you, how much you're an asshole to start with, but I still love you. So yes, falling in love with characters, part of the art, part of the experience.
Well, and it goes back to, and it's not just one person working on the art, which is really cool,
Yes.
right? It's not, with Picasso did it. That was it. One guy sitting there with his canvas, and this is what he imagined, and this is what happens.
Right.
Where with this medium, it's several people working on it and their image of it and what they want to put into it and how much which is really cool. It's like group art, right?
Group art.
Group art. So, which sounds like some character's name from something, I don't know. Group art. But yeah, pretty neat. Anything else?
I don't know. I could talk to you about video game art for days.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And now I've got to watch Blizzard cinematics when we're done.
Go back through.
Really? Because it made me want to go play more Fallout. It's like, oh, but I've got Deacon with me now.
Made
and
me want to go play more WoW.
Hancock and...
I gotta go to work, sadly.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, that's
Everybody feels sad for Baka. Send him pretty pictures of games on
on
Twitter so that he can feel better while he's at work.
It's like, oh, look at all these games that I can't fucking play.
But hey, you get to see them because, we're nice like that.
Or jerks, either way.
Or jerks. You know what jerk is? When I said, Baka, why don't you get in this warthog? Please don't run over me. I just picked up a rocket launcher. 30 seconds later, I'm dead.
Dump, dump.
Because before we started the podcast today, we recorded our Halo stuff for the week and the next couple of weeks actually. Baka's mean. I think I got run over like 5 times in an hour.
Did you
Fuck,
expect
kept getting
anything
away.
else? I mean, he's a terrible driver. Bump, bump, bump. What's that? Bump, bump, bump.
Half
My
the
teammate-
time,
I think
would
I hit
be
something. I don't know.
behind
Let's
him.
back up and see it again.
Bump, bump.
But that's the thing is I was already behind you so that I didn't get run over, and then all of a sudden the warthog is reversing into my face. One time I was inside a building and got ran over.
How did that
Oh,
even
yeah, I
happen?
remember that one.
Baka decided to drive the warthog into the building.
I do that a lot.
You know she was in there. You could see her little thing above her head. You did that shit on purpose. Don't let him
Look at
tell
the
you
expression on
otherwise.
his face. The expression on his face says it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, she's gonna get to see your side.
Hey,
You're gonna like
hey,
turn towards her
I-
and just run
I
her
did-
down.
I did hit a hunter with the warthog though and killed it. So
I think I was dead at the time because I had already been hit by the warthog.
oh, I think you were alive. Either that or you're just spawning in. But I remember like going full force. No, I think you died to the hunter, and I went. Dunk.
Dun,
He's
dun.
blaming killing me on the hunter now.
Yeah, it's
Just
totally the hunter's
that
fault.
might have been what happened. I actually don't remember. We fought several groups of hunters. There were more hunters than I had remembered there being, to be
That is
honest.
the best part about recording all of it. You only get to know.
I'll get to see his side of it. I'll be like, oh, I saw that motherfucker.
You should like flash that on the screen. I saw that motherfucker.
When I was editing, it's the video that I put up today because I forgot. I uploaded it, but I forgot to like put it to public view so nobody could see it but me. But when I was editing that video, there was one time where I thought I got shot in the back by a grunt, and I was like, where the fuck is that motherfucker at? And you hear Baka go, oops, and I didn't know why at the time. I'm watching the video, and it's because he's the motherfucker that shot me. Didn't even say, I'm sorry I shot you. He was just like, oops.
I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for y'all to go through your assassination fit.
I thought about it earlier. He was like 1 health, I'm at like half health and no ammo, and I'm like, you know what? If we just killed ourselves right here,
See?
one at a
See?
time, we'd respawn with
The
guns.
logic starts taking over, and you just sit there and go, assassinate! And, turn around, and the next thing you know, you're assassinated, and then it becomes
There's
war.
really no assassination in Halo 1 that I've seen, so it's just
It's
run
not
up behind
like
something.
super
and...
cool, but it is hitting people from behind for a one-shot kill.
Yep.
Yes.
And since we've got those rooms, you know, they give you those nice rooms where half the grunts are asleep. So if you're good about it, you could sneak in and start just meleeing them all. But we have on that explosion thing, so you melee the first one and he blows up and everybody knows you're there.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
fun.
I kind of regret it, but at the same time I don't.
No, the explosions actually help more,
Sometimes.
especially if you kill one and it's like, oh look, there's an elite there, and boom, not anymore.
It feels different. Like it's weird playing this with Baka because it almost feels like playing Halo for the first time. Because it's with somebody different, and it's been a long time since I've played it, and he's never played it, so it is his first time. But for me, it's like it's this whole new fun experience, and I'm talking about it excitedly as though it was the first time that I was playing it. It's
It
neat.
reminds me of the Eurogamer does a thing called Late to the Party, where they
Yeah.
do where their two friends are talking or whatever, and one of them has never played the game and the other one has, so they're playing. You know, and it's a game that the other person really loves, right? And it's
Mhm.
like, why have you never played this game? Oh, just because I didn't, or maybe I wasn't interested in this style of game, or I just never got a chance to play this game, whatever the reason is, right? And they start doing it, and it's great to watch the expression on people's face because some of the games are older, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll start talking about it, and while they're recording, and it's great. This is watching you all play the other day because I got to watch some of the video the other day when I was eating, and it was hilarious. Just because it's like just to have the two of you talk and all that type
Mhm.
of stuff, and
Well, and my memory's awful too. So it's like I know I've been here before, and I think I said it like 30 times today. Where it's like I just don't remember this area at all. Like I don't remember what's happening.
well, and see the thing is I watched you play Truth and Reconciliation, which is one of my favorite Halo
Levels.
maps of all time. Right? You sit there and you go through, and it's brilliant. But it's great because it's like you all had destroyed everything, and then you found the invisibility thing after
Yeah,
you had destroyed everything. And I'm like, you're supposed to kind of find that beforehand, but okay.
But it was off in the corner, and I didn't know where it was at.
Yeah, and then you're like, wow, with 2 people, hunters are easy. You know?
Yeah, well, and now we've got it down because we're starting to do that thing where one of us can distract them completely and turn them around. The other one can shoot them in the back with a pistol because that is, like you said, a one-shot kill.
Yeah.
And so that's fun. But it's the other one getting the distraction thing that's becoming the challenge now because it's like pew pew pew, and then as soon as there's one like somebody's behind him, the hunter's like, "I see you there," and turns around. You're like, "No! Look at the other guy shooting you. What are you doing?" Yeah, Griff and I are gonna play Gears together. I was reading that. Ivy said that. Yes, Ivy and I will eventually be playing that. Ivy, it's probably gonna be this fall, so that I have a little more time. Chicken and I started Sunset Overdrive. We're co-oping a single player game.
You
That's
see
gonna
me
be on
standing
YouTube
around a
this
lot, waiting for her to catch up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it is what it is. We're gonna see how it works. We played a little bit of that yesterday, and I'm gonna have to see what I can do with editing. I think we're gonna try to shift the focus of YouTube more to multiplayer than single player stuff. Like I'll finish out Fallout for sure, and I already promised Ivy that I was gonna do Dragon Age. So there's gonna be a couple of single player stuffs, but I'm gonna see if we can swing it more towards multiplayer because honestly, that's a lot more fun to edit and watch probably. So.
It's always a lot more fun with friends.
Fun with friends.
Yay, friends. I like
So go to our
friends.
YouTube.
Flip warthogs on you and run you over constantly.
Or bitch at me about taking too long, chicken.
Yeah. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Jump,
Oh my
jump,
God,
jump,
Griff,
jump,
why
jump,
are you
skate,
taking
skate,
so long?
skate, skate. Are you done yet?
And I always break the game. I had like one mission took me forever.
You didn't break a
because-
game. You just didn't find him.
because he got thrown out.
I came in there and I found him.
I know. Well, it still took you a minute to find him too. It's not like you just walked in and said, "Yep, there he is."
No, but I did walk in, walk around, and then say there he is.
Yeah, because I was looking for him, but I didn't see him.
You almost restarted the game because you couldn't find him.
I know, because he got knocked out of the map by something.
Fight, kill him, fight.
Project Advance!
I got the knives on this side of the house and
Oh,
sword.
Anyway,
Just one.
we should
Odds are
probably
against you, sir.
wrap up.
I'm rooting for
I
Griff
don't know, I
on
think
this
she
one.
can still take you.
Probably.
I think she's got you on this one.
You know that she's gonna let everybody vote on her and then let me win, and then you pay us all the money because I have like 40-1 odds.
I don't think she's gonna let you win, Bob.
No. I'm too competitive for that. Like,
not
even
gonna
if there was money involved and I could still win, like gain something from it, I'm not gonna lose.
That's not gonna
You know I'm not gonna lose either.
Anyway, let's go. It's 12 after something. I don't
3
know.
after
Wait,
12.
We appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week here at Infinite Respawn. If you are listening to the audio version of this, make sure you go on to twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC and make sure you follow us so you can hang out, join in the chat, watch Griff drink whatever it is she's currently drinking.
It was Gatorade.
Drinking Gatorade. She's rehydrating after her drunken debauchery last night. That's what that is.
Not really.
Also, make sure you go on the YouTube so you can watch the Let's Plays. Like she said, that her and Baka are currently playing through Halo, and she's currently playing Fallout 4, and it looks like we're about to get Sunset Overdrive, and oh my god, all the games.
I know, right?
So
Don't forget
go-
to leave a sandwich. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta watch a
sandwich.
couple of the
No.
Sunset Overdrive videos to get that joke. So
Yeah.
there's incentive to go watch those.
Yep.
Make sure that you go on and watch all those, along with some old broadcasts as well, and also this. You can actually check out, out all of our podcasts when we started doing them on Twitch and transferring those over as well. So, and on Twitter, twitter.com/InfiniteResPC. You can check me out personally at MDB Oak Tree. You can check out Griff.
At Griff Slynam.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
Every day during the week, Monday through Friday, you can check out Chicken at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where he's currently playing Overwatch.
Lots
And I will probably still be playing Overwatch.
It's
It's
currently
also a
playing.
group affair, though. Come on.
Yeah. You can check out most of the gang actually, including Ivy, who's currently in our chat. And go on there and watch him. And I think Red was part of the party the other night too, which people haven't heard or seen from Red in a while, actually in the game. So that was great to hear him reacting the other night as well. So go on, watch him, hang out. On Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, you can check me out on my own channel, which is twitch.tv/MDB Oak Tree. Go on there. Currently, I'm playing Uncharted 4. I believe Doom is going to be after that. Hopefully, I can figure out how to get past this stupid BFG issue that I'm currently having so I can actually start that part of it. And I believe that is it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. There we go.
What was Ivy?
I like that you two have like the same dance.
Well, mine's thumbs.
Mine's
Fingers.
fingers. Yeah,
Same thing.
different.
Doesn't matter.
Does.
Bye.